Hey everyone, well, I warned you. I warned you on yesterday's live show, right? That, hey, this weekend could be really quiet. That's what I was hoping for. A really boring weekend as it relates to Bitcoin, trying to get back some of that accumulation, trying to consolidate, settle down into a nice structured pattern after Elon Musk tweeted on Thursday. Well, that's not the case. So, and the other path that we could have seen is a bloody weekend. And I woke up this morning and thought, I'm still like bedhead, looking at charts and going into data, seeing good, Theta's bouncing back, Kusama's bouncing back. All of these things are bouncing back. I was able to raise new stop losses. And then just a few moments ago, all hell breaks loose. And it looks like we are in for that bloody weekend, which I was really worried about. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please smash that like button and subscribe. We do our show usually live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time, helping you build wealth and understanding what's going on in these markets outside of these crazy effed up elites on Wall Street. Well, it looks like, once again, Elon Musk tweeting seems to be the issue. When you start to dive into it, I'm getting alerts that are blowing up all over my phone, all over my computers, like what is happening? And I can't even wrap my head around like what kind of a stupid tweet this is. I don't want to say what type of a rocket this is. What type of a rocket this is, I'll let you say that out loud. Okay, so what the heck? And then immediately, Bitcoin starts to shoot down. So we'll get into some of the schematics here in a second, but I want to show you where Bitcoin's price is. And here's Doge also dropping, but now bouncing back. But here's Bitcoin. Nearly as big of a drop as we saw the other day after his previous tweet. I mean, the market manipulation of all of this is absolutely stunning. How one billionaire with a keyboard and a few emojis can drive down the price of one of the most important assets in human history, which is Bitcoin. I mean, I'm hoping that this is temporary, but when everything else, I got stopped out on a number of different coins this morning. I got stopped out on Kadi. I got stopped out on Theta. So F you, Elon Musk, for doing this again. I mean, I don't even know what this means. And so let's dive into this tweet. But again, here's what we're seeing over the past hour. And I think this is a really important moment for Bitcoin because there's a number of different data points to suggest that we could be heading to a $16,000 Bitcoin, $22,000 Bitcoin. Christopher Mullen, who is a friend of the show, technical trader, he is sitting in all cash right now. He expects a $16,000 Bitcoin. So he's totally sitting in cash, totally out of this market right now, waiting for whatever happens with Bitcoin to stabilize itself. But there is a case to be made for a $16,000 Bitcoin. There's a case to be made for a $22,000 Bitcoin. And what we were hoping yesterday with some of this volume in RSI was to see that this could stabilize. It was coming back nicely. It was starting to, we were seeing that in the altcoins were starting to bounce back really strong. Theta, particularly yesterday. Look at Theta. Here we go again. It was coming back nicely after his tweets, bouncing back. T-Fuel, which always follows Theta, was also looking pretty sharp and dropping. DOT held stable, but look at DOT. DOT, which had survived pretty well over the past few days. Look at DOT. Probably stopped a lot of people out on there. Cardano also down this morning as a result. Kusama also down this morning and stopped. This is where I got stopped out of Kusama. I set a new stop loss and at least I locked in some profits, but now I'm out. Matic. Look at Matic getting slammed. And then look at Doge getting slammed temporarily. But Doge seems to be the one that's now rocketing back after this freaking tweet by Elon Musk. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think this actually means. People saying, hey, Tesla got $1.5 billion in environmental subsidies in 2020 funded by the taxpayer. It turned around and spent $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, which is mostly mined with electricity from coal. Then Matt Wallace, who of course is a huge Dogecoin maxi, saying to the moon. And that's exactly what he thinks. He's moving his money into Dogecoin. And this is always what happens, right? We said this the other day, is that when he has a Bitcoin tweet, he follows it up with a Dogecoin tweet. Is this a Dogecoin tweet? What is this tweet? What do you think it is? Let me know in the chat right now. Jonathan Stewart says Elon Musk is trying to destroy Bitcoin. Bibin Sunny says, can we kill Tesla stocks? Fatimir Sedge it means paper hands. Okay, that's paper hands. Victor Octavian Vlad says, at this point, Elon Musk can tweet happy birthday, mom, and the crypto market would react. Yeah, that's a good point. Kaffa Style says, just hold tight. It'll be back in a week. Crystal says, wow, you're on early. Yeah, I'm on early this morning because I'm getting alerts that are waking me up and wanted to see what this... I'm looking at alerts crossing in a good way. So I'm seeing a number of different charts going in a good way this morning. I was able to adjust a number of stop losses. And then I sat down for a minute, had some coffee, and then everything explodes with Bitcoin. I think this is a really important moment because we needed Bitcoin to stabilize and push towards that $37,000, $38,000, $39,000, and $40,000 range. Bitcoin bulls needed to show up in that range, and they didn't. They held at about 37, but we didn't get much further than that. And now with this tweet, it reaffirms this volatility. It's back into the zone where we were a few days ago. And I think what we need to be worried about is more volatility this weekend. So that's why this is urgent. This is an urgent play right now for us to make sure that we're sitting in cash. I think it's going to be a bloody weekend. I think if you're trying to get into any kind of trades right now, you need to get your head examined. This is Doge at this hour. Maybe this is the one where people are going to want to move some money to right now. I don't know. I'm not going to be increasing my position in Doge. But here's BTC, here's Bitcoin over the last hour after this freaking tweet, which makes no sense to me. And now, fortunately, here was his tweet the other day. So if we want to look at how much we lost, well, from here to here, that was about lost about 6%. So at this hour, with his most recent shenanigans, case could be made here, about 3.5%. So, I mean, every time this guy tweets, we end up seeing a 6% drop. But I will say what happens is that we end up having these nice bounce back, these nice big bounces that come back as a result of it. But I'm not convinced on Bitcoin at the moment that we're going to see some big price action to the north. Like, I think where we're going to see some price action on Bitcoin is going to be down south. And I think a case could be made for 34 this weekend. Be very careful this weekend if you're in this market. 34,000, we could see a case. I'm going to set an alert for 34. I think we could see movement down to the 34 level. We could see 33. These are all zones that we need to be careful about right here. These are some of my previous drawings from the other day down to here. And again, the case can be made, like our friend of the show, Chris Vermeulen, who says $16,000 Bitcoin is in the cards, and that's why he's sitting in cash right now. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. Are you guys sitting in cash? Are you playing this market? Are you going to continue to hold? Let me know. Hippie Soul says, I'm very, very early. Subik Basu says, I'm going to hold. Subik Basu says, F you, Elon. It's China and Iran. Zatru says, every tweet affects crypto as a whole. Stop manipulating crypto to fund your future satellites and rockets to the moon, Mars, or Earth. I hope that's you in the rocket going to the moon, a one-way ticket. Litecoin says, what does that even mean? I unsubscribed. I don't read idiots. Soon they will make McAfee discuss in prison how the crypt is there. Mohammed says, Elon, because of your tweets saying Dogecoin to the moon, I decided to get $1 loan in the bank, but I lost it all thanks to you, and now I have huge debt. What that is. Yeah. People saying I've invested so much money. Now I guess that's what that is. That come rocket chart. I mean, okay. Thank you, Elon. But more importantly, I want us to look at these charts. That's the most important thing. I want to see where these things are going, forgetting what he has to say about it and where you have some of your different coins right now. Where do you have part of your portfolio? We looked at these charts yesterday, and they were bouncing back after his tweets. Like, here's Kusama. I thought it was looking really healthy. If you follow me on my Instagram channel or my Telegram channel, I posted different breakouts that were happening with Kusama last night from here. So you got a nice little profit here, and then hopefully locked in stop losses in this zone. And then if it tapped that, you were priced out or you were stopped out. But I'm hoping that it looks like for some people, it held that resistance pattern. So in some cases with these tweets from Elon, it's meeting previous resistance here and bouncing back. Let's see some of these other moves right now. CODI also hitting this previous resistance and bouncing back a little bit. Ethereum, look at Ethereum at this hour. There are a number of people that believe that Ethereum could be running to 4,000 in a short amount of time. I happen to be one of those people, and this might be a good re-entry point for you if you believe in the power of Ethereum running up to 4,000. This could be perhaps a good entry point, but just be very, very careful if you're jumping into this market right now. Doge might be the only one that could have a really strong upside based on all of this crap that he's pulling. I got stopped out of Graph. Thanks, Elon. So this exceeded my previous resistance. So I had a stop loss set here for Graph. Boom, hit, struck. I'm stopped out of Graph. So thank you, Elon. Dot, the same thing. I had stop losses here on Dot. Dot, which had been pretty strong and survived this latest craziness pretty well, stopped me out of Dot. I'm just sick of this guy. CODI, at least again holding. I think with CODI, there's a lot of big news at the end of June on CODI, so I'm very bullish on it. This could be actually an opportunity to load up on some more CODI. So maybe in that way, hey, thanks, Elon. I might want to double down on COTI, pick up some CODI here because again, there's a lot of news coming out about CODI at the end of June, and that is I think CODI will explode as a result of that. Well, let's look at Shiba Coin. Good old meme coin dropped also on this news, but not as much as the rest of the market. Shiba didn't drop as much, but it doesn't have much room to go. It's already at the bottom. So there you go. I mean, I wanted to jump on here and, this is what we're seeing again. And now, of course, trending is this word. What does it mean? Like, what are you talking about, my man? And this was, of course, the tweet that he had the other day where he talks about breaking up with Bitcoin. And then everyone thinks, okay, so your project, your new rocket that's going to the moon, that's going to have Doge all over it, that's going to be the coin that moves on this. A little bit later today, we're going to hear from Michael Saylor. He had some thoughts on Elon's tweets. Speaking at the Bitcoin conference, I'm going to be publishing that video a little bit later. A lot of really interesting things coming out of the Bitcoin conference in Miami. And I just wish we had a pretty stable weekend, going into this weekend. I wish we had we had all of this excitement at the Bitcoin conference in Miami. Things were looking really good earlier in the week. We had some really nice structure forming, a lot of great profits in the altcoin space. Bitcoin dominance was falling, which is really powerful, these altcoins. So some really good profits. And then Elon has to come in and tweet a rocket and it sends everything into a tizzy. Let me know your thoughts. Where are you guys holding? Dharma D. Karma says, we can't see Doge below $1 after Sunday night. We can't see Doge below $1 after Sunday night. So you think Doge is going to hit over a dollar by the weekend? Bibbin Sunny says, can we kill? Yes, Michael Saylor is awesome. By the way, have you guys watched I did a full hour interview with Michael Saylor here on the channel. I've had people write to me and say that it's the best interview they've ever heard, and not because of me, because of Michael Saylor, but that they've had to go back and watch it 3 times just because of the amount of knowledge that was dropped in that interview by Michael Saylor. And at the Bitcoin conference, they actually quoted my interview with him, talking about Bill Maher and making fun of crypto. It's pretty interesting. to see that interview get such a wide coverage. But go back and check out my Michael Saylor interview if you haven't already seen it. This is live, but I'll link it up here. If you're watching the replay, I'll link it up in a card right here for you, and I'll put it in the show description. Go watch that. But a little bit later today, I'm going to have coverage of the Bitcoin conference and what Michael Saylor had to say about Elon Musk and some other big news on energy. Really interesting stuff from Michael Saylor. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in here this morning, super early, to bring you this Bitcoin news. Please be careful. Please be careful. And, again, no, I'm not looking up that word. People are like, can you look up that? I'm not looking it up. But please be careful with your money right now. Set stop losses. I believe in a huge portion of my portfolio right now is in cash, is in USD, USDT, and Tether, or USDC, sitting there on the sidelines waiting, because I think this weekend could be incredibly bloody. And I just want you guys to be safe, be protected. Don't jump into these positions right now that are all affected by what Bitcoin does. We could have had a really nice calm weekend, and then just about an hour ago, it gets effed up. So I'm waking up, looking at my charts, thinking, wow, this stuff's looking good. I'm setting new stop losses, making some good profits, and then boom. So have a good Saturday morning, wherever you are in the world. Subscribe to the channel. We cover financial markets outside of the corrupt Wall Street play. Like, I want you to build money. I want you to become a smart investor. I started my career as a real estate investor, doing thousands of real estate deals, and then started investing in crypto a number of years ago. And that I believe in taking those short-term profits and turning them into long-term buy and hold and store of value outside of this corrupt government printing of money system. That's what this channel is all about, empowering you to be smart with your money and make really good profits in this market, which we can do here. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for this breaking news. Be safe with your money this weekend, and I'll see you back here a little bit later this afternoon with that Michael Saylor video. Much